Long live the reckless and the brave. I don't think I wanna be saved. My song has not been sung, so long live us.
Hello everyone, Drake ForSun here, and today I'm going to be telling you about warriors for beginners. Well, this is an example warrior example, and he's a blood elf. So, for warriors I have one statement. Warriors are the master of melee combat. That's the one statement that you need. When it comes to races for a warrior and what to choose, there are 5 good races for certain specs. Like for the orc, arms and fury are good because of blood fury, which increases attack power, and axe specialization, which increases expertise. Troll, the same, arms and fury, because they have berserking, which increases attack speed. Draenei, arms and fury, because of heroic presence, you get a 1% hit chance, well, plus 1% hit chance. For humans, a little bit different. They should go prot, because of every man for himself, which breaks fears and stuns, and sword and mace specialization, which increases expertise. And for night elf, prot would be a good choice, as they are less likely to be hit. Right, basic talent trees. The first talent tree is arms, which you hold one two-handed weapon and you cause burst damage. You can cause bleeding, which does dots, which are damage over time. For fury, you can dual wield and equip two-handed weapons in each hand, but that's later on. Prot, protection, is tanks. They have many options for stunning enemies, good for staying alive, and they have additional abilities to stay alive in like tough spots. They work best in groups, but are good for questing, as they can take on more than one person. Right, equipment options. They wear mail until level 40, which you learn plate specialization, which makes you be able to wear plate armor. Plate armor is the strongest, and yeah, they can have a shield and they can have a ranged slot, which is like throwing weapons, a crossbow, a gun, a bow, so whatever you want there. They use rage as a resource to use attacks, and they receive rage from dealing damage through auto attack and taking damage. Their buffs are called shouts. They are on a shared 1-minute cooldown. They have 3 stances: battle, defensive, and berserker stance. You can switch freely between them, but only have one active at a time. There's no cost for this. In battle stance, you are expected to be arms. In defensive stance, you're expected to be protection, and in berserker stance, you're expected to be fury. Some moves are restricted to stances. For example, if you're going to defensive stance when you're level 10, you can't use charge until you get the talent point for it. Right, and I'm going to go into detail on the arms warrior. Arms warriors are designed to deal controlled, methodical melee damage with a single powerful weapon and bleed effects. At level 10, if you select arms, you'll learn Mortal Strike, which is a strike that deals 150% weapon damage, and it reduces the effectiveness of healing by 10%. It costs 25 rage and is instant. Anger management generates one rage per 3 seconds in combat and 25% extra rage from damage dealt. They also gain two-handed weapon specialization, which increases the damage you deal with two-handed melee weapons by 10%. And they get a mastery of strikes of opportunity, grants 16% chance for your melee attacks to instantly trigger an additional melee attack. for 100% of normal damage. Each point of mastery increases this chance by 2%. The desirable stats for an arms warrior is strength and critical strike rating. Hit rating has some value, but I suggest staying to strength and critical strike. And now onto the Fury Warrior. Fury warriors are designed to deal massive constant melee damage with their two-handed weapons. Or two-handed weapons. Fury warriors gain 3% bonus to hit and do 25% more damage with their offhand weapon. At level 10, if you select Fury, you learn Bloodthirst, which is instantly attacks the target, and your next 3 successful melee attacks will restore 0.5% of your max health. This effect lasts for 8 seconds. Precision increases your increases your chance to hit with melee weapons by 3%. You'll earn dual wield specialization, which allows you to equip one-hand and off-hand weapons in your offhand, and it increases all physical damage and raises your offhand attacks by 25%. And then you get a mastery, which is Unshackled Fury, increases the benefits of abilities that cause or require you to be enraged by 45%. Each point of mastery increases enrage effects by an additional 5.6%. Their desirable stats are strength, hit rating, and critical strike rating. Hit rating may be more valuable than strength at times, since comparing to use a single weapon, dual wielding requires more hit rating to remain as effective. So that's a Fury Warrior. Cool. And last but not least is a Protection Warrior. They are pure tanks. They get a 15% boost to stamina and a 15% higher chance to block. Protection Warriors do decent enough damage, especially if they're absorbing incoming attacks. They rely on enemy attacks to get a fair amount of their rage. So these characters are awful damage dealers if anyone else is taking the hits. The abilities, if you select Protection, are Shield Slam, if you're holding shield, obviously. Well, he's not, but yeah. Shield Slam slams the target with your shield and causes damage based on your attack power. Senator, which is a passive ability, increases your stamina by 15% and your block chance by 15%. You also generate 50% additional rage from attacking targets that are not targeting you. And Vengeance increases attack power by a percentage of the damage taken, up to a maximum of the percentage of the character's health. And the mastery rating is Critical Block, which increases your chance to block by 12% and your chance to critically block by 12%. Each point of mastery increases your block and critical block chances by an additional 1.5%. The desirable stats for a Protection, as you can probably tell, you want more health and you want to take less damage because you don't want to die. So you're going to need stamina, armor value, and avoidance stats such as dodge and parry, then strength. However, Protection Warrior's biggest asset is a good shield. Look for shields with the highest armor value possible. And that's the Protection Warrior. So that's it for this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and please tell me if there's anything you want covering, because I'll get right on it. So yeah, thanks a lot, and hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe, please. Bye.
If one drink can make tonight slip my mind, then I should drink up so I can forget that I haven't lived my life. You are an example